body can do a lot more than you think it can if you will it to. I think the will is much stronger than the body will ever be. For me, I wanted to be a SEAL and nothing was gonna get in my way. I had a friend of mine, he put me through the actual SEAL test. I could pass maybe like 2 things, maybe. I think it was like the running, because I ran. When I started, I could bench like 80 pounds. It was something crazy. I'd go in the gym and people would look, I'd throw the weights on when no one would look and try to bench. If I could do 1 pull-up, and you have to be able to do like 12 to actually pass the my entry-level test. The best way for people to learn how to achieve a goal is, just break it down by day, or step by step. I put like a weighted vest on, do sets of 2 pull-ups. Then I do sets of 2 till I can do sets of 5. And then do sets of 5 till I can do sets of 6. And then once I got to the point where, okay, now I can do a set of 10 with the belt on, then I knew I could pass the test. It's about challenging yourself. You get up and you go for a run at 5 o'clock, just a jog, and then you stop at breakfast, and then you jog again from 8 to noon. Then you have lunch, and then you jog again from 1 to 5. And then, but while you're doing that, you're cold and wet. Kind of look back on that, and I was like, man, I was a little crazy back then, but I'm glad I was. We were overseas, and we started taking fire. A friend of mine, he had taken a round. I broke a cover, started to run towards him. I finally got him to him, and he ended up making it. At a couple 100-yard long run, about the middle of it, I was like, I'm glad I ran all those days. Challenging yourself, it makes life worth being here. I became a different person, and I gained confidence knowing that I conquered that part of me. When I go for a run, I don't have like a set mileage I'm gonna do. What happens is people get overwhelmed because they haven't completed a goal. They think, oh, wow, this is so hard, And when you go for a run, you get out there, you step out there, you're like, man, I could just go right back inside. I don't need to do this. And then you kind of get out on the road and you take that little bit, you loosen up, you're like, okay, this isn't so bad, Once you get to the first or 2, 3, or 4 steps, it's hard to turn back. It's really hard to turn back because you've already gotten this far, And then once you get to 4, to 10, it's easier to say yes. It's easier to say, look, I've already done 10 steps. Why am I gonna go backwards? Why am I gonna go back to 0 now? So then before you know it, you're doing a quarter, then a half mile, then you're out to a mile, and then you're going. It's harder to say yes, but the more you say yes, the harder it is to say no. Anyone can do anything that they want to do, they just have to want it. I'm Pat, and my strong is going step by step by step.